Today I'd like to talk about listening comprehension, something that you're doing right now. How does comprehension work? It's a very complex process, but researchers have identified two different strands, you might say, of listening that are important to think about. One is called bottom-up processing and the other is called top-down processing. Bottom-up processing is the traditional view of comprehension. It says when we try to understand something, either something in print or something we're listening to, we have to work through language. We work at the level of the word and the sentence, and then we extract the meaning from it. So we start from the bottom, which is the actual language we hear, and we analyze it, if you like, mentally, and then we arrive at the top, which is the meaning. For that reason, it's called bottom-up processing. Bottom-up processing suggests that the meaning is contained in the words that we hear or see. The meaning and the message are all contained in the language that we hear. However, there's another form of processing that's involved when we engage in comprehension, and that's called top-down processing. And top-down processing suggests that we start from meaning and then work towards language. What does that mean? Well, it means that we bring to comprehension background knowledge, ideas, information, expectations, and we use this as we listen, and that enables us to, if you like, bypass some of the bottom-up processing we might normally be engaged in. For example, supposing I tell you I'm going to tell you something about an earthquake. Immediately you activate knowledge that you have about this topic. Where did it happen? How many people were injured? What is being done about it? And so on. That generates a set of questions that you will use to process the information I give you about the earthquake. This is an example of top-down processing. It's using background knowledge as a basis for mapping what we know against what we hear and arriving at a meaning of the message. So the two go side by side, if you like, bottom-up and top-down. The more we know about a topic, the more background knowledge we're able to access, the more top-down processing we're able to make use of. The less we know about a topic, the more language-based processing we will have to make use of. So when we're teaching students to read or to listen, we often have to look at a text and ask, will the students be able to process this using background knowledge? Or will they have to be given some help in accessing this text, some pre-listening, some pre-reading activities that will activate the knowledge and information that may be relevant to understanding that topic. A related concept is the concept of schema. A schema refers to the body of knowledge that you bring to bear on a particular topic or a situation. For example, if I mention a supermarket, you think of a physical context. You think of people there for a particular purpose, doing things using procedures and artifacts and so on to achieve their goals. This is all part of the schema, if you like, of the supermarket. Again, I mentioned the earthquake and the information you bring to bear on that particular topic. So in real-world comprehension, we access hundreds of schemas of this kind, which enable us to process language simply and effectively. And it's because we're making use of these schemas that speakers don't need to spell out everything that they could say about a topic, because they assume that the listener will be accessing that topic and filling out the details herself or himself. So comprehension then is a process that draws on both language-based processing as well as meaning-based processing. Bottom-up and top-down, they go hand in hand. And when we're teaching comprehension, we need to be sure that we're not just teaching bottom-up processing, language-based processing. We're not just working at the level of words and sentences. We're also activating background knowledge and encouraging students to make predictions, to guess what's coming, to draw on their knowledge of the world, to enable them to listen the way people do in authentic listening situations.